when I had these three things, I knew I was ready to stop working. What makes a person happy in retirement? I had somebody who was retired tell me what he thinks three things were that helped him to know he was ready to retire. And I'm going to give you the backstory. I was on a group bike ride. So I do cycling with a group. And last Saturday I was riding and I got lost behind the group. So this is a video of me actually out there riding 55 miles with the wind and the hills. And there's nobody around because the group was way ahead of me. And when we got back to the parking lot, there was a guy named Brad, and he is a friend of mine. He's retired when he was 54 years old, and he told me what these three things were. So I'll share that with you in this video. Hey everybody, I'm Nick Davis, founder of Brindle Bay Wealth Management, and I'm here to show you how to retire with calmness and clarity. If you like videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button so it shows up in your feed. Thanks for that. So we were sitting in the parking lot, and Brad offers up some unsolicited advice, and he says, when I had these three things, I knew I was ready to stop working. And he said, I had to have somebody to love, something to do, and something to look forward to. And that made a lot of sense to me because a lot of people I find are not extremely happy in retirement. In fact, they're either planning on being happy or they're just not happy in retirement. And so I think it's important what Brad said, because when I think about having somebody to love, well, then of course that's going to come down to your spouse, your children, your grandchildren. I've known my wife since 1994. We got married in 1999. She was 19 years old. I was 21. I'm 45 now. We've known people that have been married for 40 and 50 years that we see all the time. And it's just amazing to me. And I don't think I could last very long without someone to love. The second thing that Brad said was that you have to have something to do. Now for Brad, I'm assuming it was being in that group. You know, it can be very social to ride in a cycling group. I mean, you've got groups that are very competitive, all the way to groups that are called like party groups, where it's just waving at everybody and enjoying the outdoors. The thing about cycling is that you can always say hello to somebody else on a bike and you've got something in common. It's the same way with fishing. I've got a fishing boat, and anytime you see somebody who's fishing, what do you say? You catch anything? And usually you get some kind of unsolicited advice, right? Really good feedback typically, but you've got an instant friend. So having something to do is very important. And the third thing that Brad said is that you have to have something to look forward to. I thought that was really wise. You know, I know Brad probably looks forward to the next group bike ride. In fact, in that group, I was the youngest. There was a gentleman who was 72 years old that passed me up, and I couldn't keep up with him. In fact, Brad himself rides more than 8,000 miles a year. So the thing that he looked forward to is getting back on that bike with that group. So what do you look forward to, right? Retirement looks different for everybody. We had somebody recently retire, and they, for the very first time, started raising honeybees, and now they're selling honey and making wax candles and things like that. We have somebody that retired, and they're now selling handmade furniture. It's very common for people to not actually retire. They like to know that it's work optional, that they could stop working if they want to, but they just choose not to. It just makes life work more enjoyable. Actually, I'm just now thinking there was a lady who retired 2 years ago, single lady, spent $2,000 on a sewing machine, which I thought was pretty crazy for a sewing machine, but I guess they get up there in prices. But she joined a group of people who are pretty serious about quilting. And that's a very social thing that she looks forward to. So what about you? Do you have those three things in your life? At what point do you think that you'll be ready to retire based on those things? Is Brad missing anything? Let me know in the comments. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see the way that we help people to create calmness and clarity for their next chapter of life, take a look at us at brindleandbay.com. Again, thanks for watching the videos. Please remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you are notified every time a new video comes out.